We are just before the start of the questioning of Maya at the undercover policing inquiry. Maya was not her real name. It's the pseudonym given to the woman who was deceived into a long-term intimate relationship by the undercover police officer, Robert Hastings, who, using the cover name Rob Harrison, infiltrated No Borders, the International Solidarity Movement, State of Emergency, and numerous other groups, the Rampart Social Centre. I'm joined by Evelyn Lubbers of the Undercover Research Group. What are we hoping to hear from Maya today?
Well, I've just finished her witness statement, and it's like really heavy stuff. She's been in an intimate relationship, but a very damaging one. Is a very sort of psychologically damaging. To summarize it, this is a short version.
It's going to be very harrowing.
It's going to be very harrowing. He was in it for the sex. He was like very jealous. He would text her all day, thinking she was deceiving him. She was seeing other men.
Yeah, I mean, without getting too much into the like the just in terms of Maya was friends with some International Solidarity Movement activists, and it's through that she was targeted by the undercover police officer. The relationship lasted a number of years, but not only that, once the relationship was over and he'd been withdrawn from the field, he returned only like just on the eve of the start of the undercover policing inquiry.
Yeah, really weird. Also, she was finally in a safe and good relationship after the damage that had been done by Rob Hastings. And he kind of convinced her to come back to him, to live with him, to have children with him. And like he was all sweet and nice and coerced her into finishing the safe relationship she was in, only to disappear after that. So that is like sort of a double whammy of damage done.
We always say with these undercover officers, this is the worst one since the last one. I think there's going to be plenty of ways in which Robert Harrison, who will be giving evidence next week, is going to underline that for us again.
Yes, yeah. Like yesterday with Simon Wellington, he was worse because he was so superficial and he had basically nothing to say. His entire deployment didn't amount to anything. But this is like really, really worse, very bad. It's going to be a tough day.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, as is the case with all of the women who were deceived into intimate relationships, maximum solidarity to Maya. It's going to be a very difficult process, being forced to relive some of the most unpleasant parts of her life. There is a question mark always over all of this, of the detail. Does she need to be taken through it? For some reason, it's seen as key to the inquiry that the re-traumatization of the witness is part of the process. I am deeply uncomfortable with it. Obviously, what we're interested in is the facts of the undercover deployment and the way in which the state allowed these men, groomed these men, gave these men permission to use people, use women's bodies for their own gratification as a form of pastoral care, essentially, of comfort for their undercover deployments.
And once again, this guy was married with child or children, I can't remember. Maya wasn't even an activist. She was purely used because she was the neighbor and the good friend of someone who was targeted. It's so gross, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's deeply unpleasant. Today's broadcast will be audio only, understandably. Maya has anonymity. We will not be able to see her face in the public gallery. The screens are up. We'll not be able to see her face ourselves. But you will be able to follow with the usual 10-minute delay on the broadcast. You can see the link for that broadcast just below. I really recommend that people follow if they're able to. Whilst you're listening along, if you're shocked or appalled by what you hear, why not take the social media, use the hashtag SpyCops and pass comment on what you're hearing. I'll be doing videos in the breaks and at the lunchtime and at the end of the day, sort of recapping what we've heard. It may be there are certain sections of today which are particularly unpleasant. Please be kind to yourself and don't expose yourself to things which you may find upsetting.
And also think of Maya. It takes an enormous lot of courage to do this, specifically in her case. And we all need to be there for her, like in our minds.
The hearing will start at 10 o'clock. We're just coming down to it now. Is there anything particular you'd like to add before we go in to start?
No, I just did that. Thanks. It's fine.
Yeah, no worries. All right, thanks for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to these videos. It makes a huge difference to how visible they are. If you're able to follow proceedings, please consider joining the conversation about it, or just following the hashtag SpyCops on whatever social media you prefer. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you